Robbie, AFTV on the Mac by channel. Yeah, it's a comfortable, very comfortable, and way too easy 2-0 win for you the night at the Emirates.
It didn't seem comfortable at first because, you know, listen, all these games now from now to the end of the season for us mean so much because for the first time in quite a while for us, and we've got quite a lot to play for from now to the end of the season, which is trying to get back into the Champions League. So I knew it was going to be a tough game. I thought Newcastle came there really well organised and looked kind of sharp at the start of the game. But I was a bit surprised at their lack of ambition. You know what I mean? It's almost as if Newcastle came and it was just like, we're just going to completely stop Arsenal from playing. Hopefully, probably thinking they'll frustrate the life out of us and then try and nick it. But, you know, I thought as we started to grow into the game, we were creating chances and I think we deserved a win tonight. I was kind of surprised because I've been watching a few of Newcastle's games recently and, you know, as an attacking force, you've looked good. You know, Rondon, Jose Perez, great partnership. That new guy, Almiron, who we were linked with, remember, we were linked with him heavily earlier on in the transfer window. So I was surprised that you weren't more attacking, you know, when you got the ball. But listen, I'm just pleased that we got the win. We needed those 3 points. We're into third place now above Tottenham. Psychologically, that was a real big boost for us.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Newcastle lately scored 3 against Everton.
Yeah.
We've been doing well ever since we beat Man City, but the night, nobody turned up, not one of them.
Yeah, as I said, you know what I mean, I was a bit worried before the start of the game about the front two. Yeah, Perez and you know, Rondon, they've been playing really, really well. But yeah, I can't remember Newcastle even having a shot.
One shot on target, that was in the first half.
Was it? I don't even remember that. And in the second half, what do you want?
He's a Geordie man.
In the second half, I didn't, you know, Leno had nothing, absolutely nothing to do. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a very comfortable performance by us. But as I said, whilst it was at 1-0, you're always a bit nervy in the game because you're thinking, you know, if they just nick a little one goal here, you know what I mean, they're so well organised it'd be hard to break down. But we got the job done.
I think that's what Rafa was hoping for. Stay in the game, 5-10 minutes to go, maybe push on. But even his substitutions were a bit negative and, like I said, we never even looked like causing any problems tonight. You didn't have to even get out of second gear. I don't think you'll get many more comfortable throws in the park than that.
I'm just wondering if maybe Rafa's looking at it and thinking we're safe now, more or less.
I think so, right.
You know, Cardiff losing that game. You know, I can't see Newcastle going down. And I don't know, maybe the lot thinking to himself, I don't want to come here and get him, you know, get 3-4 goals shipped past me, you know. I don't know, but to me, I always like to see teams come and be a bit more positive because, well, I don't want you to be too positive, but to me, you're not going to come to the Emirates and win, not this season, by just being completely negative. You've got to do more than that. You know, we've only lost 1 game here this season in the league, and that was to Man City. That was the first game of the season. We're very, very strong here. You've got to come and be a bit on the front foot. That's what Wolves did. And you know, they nearly got some joy here.
I think you're not going to get a 0-0 against Arsenal. Like so Lacazette, Birmingham, and Ozil are going to score goals. So a Wolves approach would have done better. Maybe try and get a 2-2 if anything, if you're going to play for the draw.
I think you've got to come. You've got to be a bit on the front foot. You've got to be a bit wary, obviously, of the attacking threat. But if you're going to come and you're just going to sit in the whole game, eventually we're going to get you. That's what I think. So I think you made a mistake there, but it was a vital win for us.
The big thing is for Newcastle United going forward is, will Rafa Benitez sign a new contract?
Yeah, well, I heard a lot of rumours today. I was even hearing some things on the radio that he is going to stay. I think if he does, that would be brilliant for Newcastle. To replace a manager like that is so difficult. You know, I don't think there's not managers like him around at the moment. You know, not many that Newcastle could get. So they've got to pull out every stop to make sure that he stays, because if they mess around, he could easily walk into any other top job in Europe. You know, so I think Newcastle will be careful here. I mean, the owner, he's got to make sure he secures this guy, because he's a top manager. He's a top manager. You know what I mean? And it will be, well, you can't repeat. It's a bit like with us with this whole Aaron Ramsey thing. We're losing Aaron Ramsey for nothing. We're going to have to go out and replace him now, and it's going to be very, very difficult to replace. With Benitez, it's the same thing. to replace a manager like that is so tough. So they've got to, and from what I can see, the fans love him. You've got to hold on to him.
Mm-hmm. And finally, before you go there, I mean, what do you make of the travelling sport tonight from the Toon Army? Came a few hundred miles, thousands away. We're approaching midnight now. We're still here. Fans won't get home till 5, 6 a.m.
Well, when I drive back from Newcastle, what are you talking like 5, 6 hours? That's if all the traffic. Probably loads of roads closed and all that. No, the Newcastle fans are brilliant. I mean, look at that. I've seen teams come in midweek. They haven't sold out their allocation. You've sold your allocation out. I mean, that's why I always wonder with Mike Ashley, does he really understand what he has? Mm-hmm. He has a club that potentially, if the right investment was in there. The other thing is as well, I'm surprised none of the sort of real rich players haven't really come in and tried to buy Newcastle, because again, it's a huge club and huge support, and it's very, very few clubs in the Premier League that can, I'm even talking about, probably the only clubs that will bring that sort of away support here on a Monday night is your Man United's, Liverpool's, that are coming from that distance. So no, always respect the Newcastle fans. I would like to see you guys get back to where you deserve to be. Like, I remember the Keegan days, man. And it'd be great to see you guys back to there, but still below us.
No worries, mate. Cheers, man.
That's all right.